Transformers, everybody knows what that is. And when I initially was talking to people about working on it, every dude that you run into on the street would get visibly excited.
It's hard to imagine when you do it as big as you do in the first one, how are you gonna do it bigger in the second one?
The nice thing about Transformers is it's almost anything you can imagine. They can turn into anything, and that's the fun of the movie, and that's the fun of the movie for me.
I actually read a treatment or an outline before I got the actual script. And even then, I thought, oh my God, this is going to make the first one look like a margarine commercial.
It was certainly scale-wise the biggest thing I'd ever shot. We had every bit of equipment known to filmmaking multiplied by a factor of 10.
I don't know what it's like to be a man and be full of testosterone, but when those fly over, it made me feel very masculine and aggressive, like you want to just punch someone.
It's huge. I mean, it's concussive. It hurts your head.
Dude, it's the biggest thing ever.
You know, when we shot the first one, you never know what the film is going to turn out like. We're out here shooting all this stuff, and you don't know what the robots are going to look like. You don't know if it's going to feel real or not.
Nobody could imagine what real live robots would look like. They didn't think we could do it. Their first instinct was, oh, you couldn't possibly make 30-foot robots look real.
It felt like it was a big one. It just did. From the trailers to how far in advance they started marketing the film and just everything. It just felt like something really big was coming. It felt big.
With all the explosions and all everything going on, it felt like it was really real. And sure enough, when I saw it in the theater, I was really impressed by it.
The theaters that I went to when I was really like low key, wear my hat and go to the theaters with my friends, people would be shouting and clapping, and it was an event. And they, the first time they see Optimus and that music goes, and everybody in the theater starts going crazy, you realize the amount of passion and love that these people have for this toy, and now what they have for the film. It's really powerful.
It was the single most, I think, amazing experience we've ever had sitting in a theater. Just listening to so many crowds roar at jokes and at the action sequences, and it couldn't have been more satisfying for us. So we were really thrilled.
I was actually shocked about the release of the first one. I think, what this movie does, Transformers, there's a kid in everybody. It kind of releases that in you. People want to feel young when they see a movie like this, and that's kind of what it does, I think.
There are particularly a couple of elements that stood out for me and made it really appealing. I think Shia's performance is phenomenal. He really brought so much to the role, and he's very engaging.
And Megan Fox. I mean, what are those shots? Megan is constantly running in slow motion. And, those shots of her leaning over the car and everything, I mean, that had to have had something to do with the success of the movie, right?
I think the decision that we made early on in the script to find a very basic human emotion to tie the story to, boy gets car, gets girl. Everybody could relate to that rite of passage.
I think Michael did an amazing job of working with the great art people and with ILM and all those companies that really sort of pushed it to another level, and I think ultimately it worked.
I've never been a big fan of CG movies. There's always that issue of the CG work not really embedding itself well into the action. And Transformers was one of the first films that I thought really blended fantastically well. They did a phenomenal job.
I I didn't see it coming, and it blew up, and it was a huge success. It far surpassed my expectations of what it was gonna be.
I think we were all caught off guard a little bit. You know, when you first saw the film, you knew Michael had done something special with the idea. But you can never anticipate how the audience is going to react. And the fact that not only did they react so positively initially, but over time, the anecdotal evidence of how much they love it is so clear to all of us, whether it's kids coming up to you or whether it's parents or, you know, anybody. It's amazing to me the number of people who today still talk about it like it was just released a few months ago.
I think everybody knew it was going to be popular, but to that degree, no, I don't think anyone could have foreseen how massively successful it was.